Kitchener. Nicole Bobek leads the charge for the United States, first after the short program. There's another battle, too, between pros and amateurs. Tanya Kwiatkowski is in second. But right behind, look out for Team Canada. This, after all, is their house. Bourne and Kratz have danced into their first Pro-Am with style. They lead the way. Italy is represented too, but they're in tough against the Canadians and the new Russian team, a union of greatness, Usova and Platov. Ready to rumble. The great Brit, Stephen Cousins, he's sitting third. In front of him, Captain Canada, Kurt Browning, currently second. And in front of him, Captain America, Michael Weiss, on ice tonight. CTV Sports, Canada's Figure Skating Network, welcomes you to the Kitchener Memorial Auditorium Complex for the 1998 Sears Figure Skating Open. And hey everybody, Rod Black with you. Welcome to this brave new world of figure skating where professionals and amateurs are now competing together. The first ever open competition in Canada. In the past, these events have been strictly for professionals who make big money and really haven't had any rules. Now they got rules with ISU judges and an International Skating Union marking system. That was this afternoon, though. It pertained more in the short programs. Tonight, the interpretive free skates. There are restrictions on how many triple jumps you can do, as a matter of fact. The dance numbers must be exhibition styles with themes. So Shaylin Bourne and Victor Kratz will revive their river dance tonight, and they will put that on ice. They lead the way. We'll have the dance, the women, and the men. Will have highlights from the pairs and the complete pairs program next week on CTV Sportsnet. Barb Underhill, this afternoon, if you were with us, folks, the amateurs had an advantage. Tonight, it's the pros' turn.
This is definitely advantage to the pro skaters. Tonight is not about the difficulty of the jumps. It's about the difficulty of the steps, the choreography, the edge quality, and the way that the skaters interpret the music. And in fact, a double axle, a simpler double axle that is used in a very musical way may get have more value than a triple axle. So it's going to be very interesting to see, and I think it's going to be a challenge for the judges because this is all new to them as well.
We have a special treat for you, Elvis Stoico, who's not skating in this. He's injured, obviously. He will join us as a guest analyst for the men's competition. But right now, let's help set up tonight and join Rob Faulds downstairs.
Let me first give you an injury update, or rather an illness update. Liz Manley, who is suffering from a head cold, in fact, a touch of bronchitis, says she's feeling much better this evening. And because it is the interpretive dance, the stress is a little less on Liz. She's looking forward to performing in front of a Canadian crowd. And speaking of performing in front of a Canadian crowd, Canada's dance team, Shaylin Bourne and Victor Kratz, are ready to go. And River Dance has not been retired. It's alive and well, and they're looking forward to showing it off here in Kitchener.
I'm personally excited just to be here in Kitchener because it is so close to my home, and I have a chance to see some family and have them come watch. It just feels like home, you know, in a way, and it's a chance to do River Dance once again for those people that didn't get to see it at the Olympics live or live at all. You know, it's kind of fun to show it because it is so different in person than watching it on TV. So I'm sort of psyched about how they're going to react.
Shay and Vic have told me that they are pumped about being given the opportunity to perform against the pros so they can strut their stuff. Rod?
Standings after this afternoon's women's short program. Nicole Bobek, she was sensational this afternoon. Tanya Kwiatkowski in second position, then the Canadian charge. Karen Preston third, Josee Chouinard fourth, Elizabeth Manley currently in fifth. Wasn't that something? Nicole Bobek obviously benefiting from the fact she's been so into competitive performances lately, coming off Trophée Lalique. She said even after her skate today, Barb, that she's taking it personal this year. She's getting ready for the U.S. Nationals and going head-to-head with Michelle Kwan.
Well, she just went for it. She looks so serious.
And she responded. Here's the order of skate. Elizabeth Manley first, again with bronchitis and an inner ear problem. And it was obvious this afternoon she wasn't 100%. Josee Chouinard, who has a terrific interpretive number that we've seen in practice this week. Tanya Kwiatkowski is third. Karen Preston, who really hasn't been in too many competitions lately, but she was outstanding this afternoon, too. A two-time Canadian champion. There she is.
It's unfortunate for Josee that she put herself out of contention, really, to win here by being in fourth place, because she has an outstanding interpretive program. It is quite something to watch.
Josee Chouinard, who turned pro after the 94 season and then came back in 96, tried to make a comeback as an amateur skater, but she's a professional now and competing in these pro-ams. And Barb, I've told you before, I've never really been a big fan of professional competitions because I found sometimes the judging laughable. But you know what? This afternoon it showed that it really has a future, these pro-am events.
And part of the problem was that there were no rules. Now there are rules, and it gives it structure, and it gives it much more credibility. And it hurts a bit for the pros, but I think it's much better for the sport.
But it won't hurt the pros tonight because they get a chance to put on a show, and they love the audience.
And we should also mention that the interpretive program is worth 2/3 of the total mark.
Liz Manley first.
Skating to Uninvited by Alanis Morissette. She went for the triple sow cow, and she did it.
She must have found a pretty good cold remedy.
This was the Liz we're used to seeing.
Liz Manley. And some Alanis Morissette.
That piece of music is so perfect for her because it is so powerful, and she really carries that power across the ice. Here is the triple sow. This is a jump she had difficulties with earlier today. But remember, the jumps, they're not given credit for the difficulty of the jumps, only how they are choreographed within the program. This will be very interesting to see how the judges mark this.
So I wonder then, why do a triple?
You don't have to. They are limited in the numbers they can do. The ladies can do 3 triples. But I still think that many of the, especially the eligible skaters, don't really understand this concept because, for instance, Michael Weiss has a possible quad plan. There really is no point in attempting a quad because he really won't get credit for it.
For those of you a little confused by eligible versus ineligible skaters, as we take a look at the International Skating Union panel, eligible skaters are skaters who can remain eligible for the Olympic Games, the World Championships, and their national championships. Ineligible skaters are obviously onto the pro ranks.
Hi, Mom.
And this first mark is going to look a little bit different than normal because normally it is based on the difficulty of the jumps.
Man, I need that.
And they receive an overall base mark for that difficulty. Well, this first mark is now going to be called skating techniques, and it will reflect the edge quality, the speed, the originality, innovation, ice coverage, style, and overall quality.
Most professional competitions, and you competed in a lot of them, there was a judging panel of 8 or 9, probably former skaters, coaches, legends, sometimes Hollywood stars. They judged out of 10. They threw out the top and bottom marks, and a lot of times the judging was controversial or inconsistent, or there was a hometown decision. Now they have an ISU panel, and they have to work at it, and so do the skaters.
And there are so very few rules with this interpretive program. Basically, it's wide open. So this is very different for the judges, not having to follow many rules here.
So Liz will set the standard.
Those are nice marks.
Skating techniques. Again, this is an ice-breaking competition in Canada. Never before have we had a pro-am of this ilk with an ISU-sanctioned event. Presentation marks are good for the 1988 silver medalist from Calgary. And up next, 3-time Canadian champion, Josee Chouinard, getting ready in Kitchener at the Sears Open. Currently in 4th place after the short program, Josee Chouinard may not be able to get into that first place rung, but you've seen this number in practice this week.
This is so perfectly suited to her personality. She just shines. It's choreographed by Laurie Nickel, and the music is Prima Donna. Has a triple left planned here. And she doubled it, which is fine. Watch this footwork sequence. This is great.
She is one of Canada's most loved skaters, Josee Chouinard. I think you just got a good indication of what interpretive free skating can be and how different it can be. What will the judges say? We'll find out when we come back. Along with her coach now, Doug Lee.
This number was tailor-made for this competition. She didn't need to even attempt a triple lutz. She did a double instead, which was fine. But what I loved about the program was the use of the edges, the incredible footwork, all these little toe steps, which are so difficult, and the way that she just lit up the ice and had such great use of the music throughout the performance.
This sometimes feels a little heavy, but this time it felt light. It's pretty good.
It was great.
Lori Nickel has done an absolutely brilliant job with this choreography. She hangs on to this triple loop here.
The marks for skating techniques, 5.7, 5.5.
5.7 from the U.S., 5.2 from the German.
I think these are low. I'm disappointed. I would have had her up at 5.7, 5.8.
The marks for presentation, 5.8.
Well, you got a 5.8 from the American judge there, Barb, and 5.3 from the British judge. Josee Chouinard is currently in first, ahead of Elizabeth Manley.
Oh, that was great.
So much better.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the United States, Tanya Kwiatkowski.
She was second after the short program. Recently retired from eligible skating, now a professional. Tanya Kwiatkowski of the United States.
Land, and she does it beautifully.
thing about tonight, you are going to see a lot of different styles, a lot of interpretations.
I'm wondering if the judges are going to have difficulty not rewarding the difficulty of the jumps. They're so used to looking at a triple Lutz and going, okay, that deserves this much. Well, Tanya did a beautiful triple Lutz, but the choreography was much more basic than what Josee had. There was very little footwork. It was on a much different level choreographically. It was a very nice program. But Josee's was just much more intricate.
Therein lies perhaps the advantage, again, we talked about at the top of the show, for the professional skaters who are skating in front of audiences all of the time and have, over the years, been able to hone the charisma that they need to attract the audience. And it's different competing in a professional stage as opposed to a competitive stage.
And also, the skaters really haven't had time to get material ready for some of these events. For instance, Tanya just got invited to this last week, so she had to use what she already had. Whereas next year, when the rules are more defined and they have the rules earlier on in the season, they can tailor-make their programs to fit the rules. It's been a little bit crazy early on in the season because nobody really knew what the rules were.
Maria Buterskaya was supposed to skate.
She's
been very busy.
5.3.
So Tanya Kwiatkowski finished 6th at the Worlds and had one of the tremendous expressions of that event when, after her skate, her final skate, she just said, wow.
The marks for presentation.
She's really a rookie as a professional, you would say.
5.4.
Tanya Kwiatkowski currently 2nd. Josee Chouinard is the leader at the Sears Figure Skating Open. Here is someone who really could benefit because she has been a professional for the last few years, skating in front of so many audiences. Two-time former Canadian champion. Here's Karen Preston.
This program choreographed by David Wilson. It's called Certainly.
Who gave you
second. Third after the short program. Being a pro skater and being there so many times before, maybe it's not a hazard. Maybe it's a good thing. You don't have a coach beside you to wait for you.
She opened with a nice triple toe loop. I thought she did a wonderful job of interpreting the music. The choreography was very strong, and the spins were just outstanding. I'm going to put this ahead of Kwiatkowski.
5.3, 5.4.
We have had four skaters, four distinct styles.
5.4.
Nice marks.
The marks for presentation, 5.3.
Karen is appreciative.
She was upset that she didn't do that second triple, and I thought, why? You know, I don't think they completely comprehend the rules here.
Currently in second behind Josee Chouinard. One skater left. And there's Richard Callahan. What a champion maker he is. Todd Eldridge, Terry Lipinski.
United States, Nicole Bobek.
And maybe Nicole Bobek will become U.S. champion again come the new year. She is the leader after this short program.
And she's a skater who has a great deal of showmanship and can really raise the roof. She was flying into that.
Here's your champion.
She is definitely back. She knows how to move. She knows how to work that music and work this audience. They're on their feet.
Nicole Bobek, she's also had the benefit of being in a couple of competitions like this. So she's not only a competitor as an eligible skater, she's starting to get that showmanship too.
She knows what works.
And did it work tonight?
Beautiful elements, the highlights. I was shocked that she did a triple Lutz here. It was a beauty. What I was so impressed with was her attack throughout the performance. And this is one of the highlights that really helped this program put it over the top.
And even with the interpretation of this skate, she's going out and doing these, the triples, just hanging
Tough
on.
that one out.
But making it so difficult on a base mark, I'm sure, in the judges' eyes, on those skaters who can't do those triples.
Well, this particular performance still, I don't think choreographically was quite as intricate or difficult as Josee's, but she had the performance. Like, what a level of performance here. And she had, I think she had more speed and more attack. So you got to give her credit for that.
An alliance again with Richard Callahan.
The marks for
Reigns of the Detroit Figure Skating Club.
5.7.
She's doing that, miming Mauricio Margallo, the ice dancer you'll see later tonight, who does that quite often after he skates. She will win $40,000. And you know what? Look out at the U.S. Nationals and on the way to the Worlds.
This is a confidence booster.
Very confident young woman right now and a champion. Nicole Bobek wins the Sears Figure Skating Open of '98. First ever Pro-Am champion in Canada. Josee Chouinard second. Karen Preston third. Tanya Kwiatkowski falls to fourth place. Up next, it's the ice dance competition. Victor Kratz, Shaylin Bourne, Riverdance coming your way on CTV.